Hello and welcome to No Splinters, the end of year review. Oh, we've just recorded the last podcast, so I don't know when you're watching this, but this is the start of our end of year review. I mean, I've done about 10, 11, 12 episodes, obviously all with Harv and George. This is his first one. Hopefully you've already listened to the podcast from last week or whenever this has gone out. So this is just going to be an oversight on what sort of happened in the year of sport. As you say, we're all massive sport nuts, and we're going to touch upon our favourite moments, a few of our favourite things. We're going to be looking at football mainly in detail, quite a lot of boxing, a bit of cricket, as we're all cricket fans. Yeah. A bit of rugby, and then sort of a few of the other bits and bobs that we've seen this year, like obviously George will want to mention St Helens. I mean, I think that'll be his highlight of his year, probably.
Smiling
already.
He
sees it already.
Smiling away.
Look at him, he knows it. He knows it.
Coming, you know it's coming.
So obviously check us out. There aren't many of them. Check us out on YouTube if you're listening. Obviously, there's loads of different going to be loads of different clips coming up, football, whatever it might be. So we're going to divide them up, and there'll be hopefully a compilation podcast, but that's whether I can be asked or not, who knows. It'll be hard work. I mean,
enough free time.
I'm too busy carrying Harv on my back all the time.
I had vicious rumours that young Harold had too many beers and wasn't a fan of Mediterranean dining, let's say, and he was on the job redecorating the bathroom, the tables on Christmas Eve. So you'll notice the only content on those splinters over Christmas was Harv's tips, believe it or not. So bit of CBD for the backache, bit of CBD carrying us about all the time.
You got to speak into the mic.
Hello?
No. I mean, food poisoning, mate. It goes through you quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right.
to do with the Sambuca and
So hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully you enjoy all of it. There's loads of different clips. Like, subscribe, share, let your friends know. I mean, it's a bit of a laugh.
You know you wear around a compilation, don't you, Az?
What, you see? Those things that you send me on WhatsApp?
Hey, I don't want to see your videos you sent me. Fucking hell.
You enjoy them. Yeah, no, so we're sponsored by
Harrogate's hgcbd.co.uk, also known its Christian name, the Harrogate CBD Company, the finest CBD in the land, mate.
Yeah, good. Check that out on there. There's a discount code, isn't there?
Reload 10% off all orders, and if you spend over 60 quid, you get free delivery and a free bag of coffee.
I'd have thought you'd put a discount code like No Splinters or something on there.
Nah, mate, you're not big time enough for that yet.
Is it?
Got to pay someone to do, like you say. So we use the same code for everything, mate.
Yeah, half a job. All right, cool.
It's all about profit, lads.
All about profit. I wish we were making some. If there's any sponsors out there, let us know. Magners, I don't know. Whatever. Diet Coke for George, his favourite drink.
Jamie Haskell.
There's no money in our till. All right, so cool. Yeah, let us know, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of this video.
Closest you got to an apple or Christmas in
Right, we'll get stuck in then. We're going to start with football. End of year, it's a bit of football. This is obviously on the old YouTube. Biggest thing, it's up and coming YouTube. I've heard about it. It's very good. Football. I mean, I'm going to start with sort of the biggest thing that happened this year. Liverpool Football Club. I think they won the Premier League, didn't they? Was that the big...
Asterisk. COVID champions.
COVID champions,
Just stop this now.
Yeah. All right, me and George are just going to have a quick 10-minute break.
And we'll leave you with Harry for an hour.
Yeah. I mean, we won the league after 30 years. It was beautiful. First time lifting the Premier League trophy. I remember sat there, I was playing a bit of golf, watching the Liverpool game, playing Chelsea. I mean, I was turning it around on the back nine. I think I was about 2 under 3-5 on the back nine, wasn't I, George? You were with me. City were playing... Man City were playing Chelsea, and I it's 1-1. Oh, Chelsea got a penalty. We're going to win the league. Yeah. Driving back on the way from wherever we were. I was sorry. George,
the longest car journey in history.
George Ellaby sat
poor bastard.
Yeah, I know.
I'd have got out and walked.
Singing LA in the truck. I mean, I don't think people knew, but it was a highlight of my career. My career. I didn't play.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, big lad up front.
Yeah, that is doing yourself a disservice. You're on the bench for the campus.
Yeah, I heard. So I did make my way to Madrid. Unfortunately, I wasn't paid.
His first ever and only ever Liverpool game he's been to. Yeah. Just so happens to be a Champions League final.
I think I get memories. It was Harry at LUFC Lister about 6 years ago. So
that's never been true, George.
George Ellaby remembered rocking up to play Beckwithshire under 10s, and there was 2 big lads in Leeds shirts. One was me and one was you. What happened to yours, mate?
I wasn't that big when I was 10.
He was still fucking gobby.
You still fucking you're rubbish at sport. That was terrible. Ignore that.
Your dad was a coach, mate. So what are you saying about your dad?
He's got to get picked somehow.
Yeah, fair play. So anyway, end of a 30-year wait. Liverpool were excellent. Nearly had an invincible season. Didn't quite. I mean, I don't know about you. Seriously, though, impressive side, wasn't it?
Yeah, brilliant, mate. I loved every minute of it. Right laugh.
George, as a United fan, you must have loved watching Liverpool in that league.
Just one of the great years.
We're only one behind you now. One behind.
That's the key thing. They're one behind.
One behind.
I give it to you.
How many Champions Leagues? I don't know. How many Champions Leagues is it? Christmas jumpers on today. If you can't see this, it's
for those listening.
Yeah, that's a Champions League trophy, not the world. There, just to let you know.
Big ears, by the way.
No. I think fair play. I think I looked into them, and there's a net spend of over 100 million over 4 and a bit years.
Net spend champions
is fair play, and I tip my hat to Klopp. And I said earlier, the biggest compliment I give him is that I wish he was probably our manager.
Yeah, I know you've got that PE teacher. He's a good one.
Yeah.
No, he's good.
Not like the old James Goldthorpe. That he's not as bad as him. Is
Need
he?
a bit of mudge.
Bit of mudge. You needed a bit of mud back in
private
the day.
school friends. Eh? I went to a normal school because I'm not posh like these two.
No.
Yeah,
No,
my dad was good at investments, so he didn't want to spend the money on private school.
Yeah, and avoiding taxes.
Allegedly.
There's no allegedly about it. HMRC, and write that one down. So now Liverpool drew. I think we drew one game out of 25. We absolutely blitzed the league. Brilliant performance. A shame we lost to Atletico Madrid, but that would be my highlight. I thought Liverpool were excellent this year. The best side in the league, best side in England, best side in the world. Going to go down as one of the best sides in history. These are facts, lads. These are just facts. I mean, you had a few players like Thiago Silva and Jota into the same.
Mate. There will be.
I mean, I'm telling you, if you don't follow football,
Donald Trump or Liverpool analysis.
Liverpool. Liverpool, best. Still top now. Going to win the league again.
Yeah.
But yeah, cracking. I thought I'd start off with that, and then we'll move on to something that, as Harvey's already alluded to, Asterix champions. Not so much Asterix promotions, but we're not talking about them yet.
No.
I know he's already got his Leeds United hat on.
Yeah.
Harvey LUFC Radcliffe on the old Facebook, wasn't it, Harv? But it was the impact on
Lady killer, mate. Lady killer.
You are if you're on top.
Fucking hell. That's why they need the CBD. Loosen them up.
Need more than fucking CBD. COVID impact on football then. It was a weird year. I mean, we go back to it. I think we were obviously watching a lot of football. Champions League sort of. It was that group, class 16. And I remember going away to Switzerland with a few of the boys, going skiing, and we were all laughing and joking. Laughing and joking about the way that COVID was impacting us.
Well, how was Ian? Was he all right?
It was busy. So it just seemed, it was a bit of a laugh and a joke at the start, and then it sort of seemed to catch up on us. I remember Mikel Arteta and Callum Hudson-Odoi were sort of the first two people in football world to get COVID, and Sky Sports breaking news popping up on the phone, and everyone sort of was like, fucking hell, this is really serious, this. And I remember Liverpool had an Atletico Madrid game. Do you remember that? Where it was it was high in Madrid, and then they came over, and it was a lot of, there was question marks on whether that should have happened.
Cheltenham Races was on that
Cheltenham
week
Races.
as well.
I mean, that was
people.
and that was in hindsight.
Well,
but
Cheltenham, you'd argue probably not. They made a load of money. So.
Well, not if Harvey was there, they would have made a bit more.
I was going to say.
The way it's
If Harv's tips gets any big, they're going to be laughing. Keep backing
Mate,
them, lads.
Mate, I've told you.
Retweeting you, mate.
The slogan is the bookie's favourite channel, mate. It's the bookie's favourite channel, mate.
But it was the null and void crew came out then, didn't they? At the end of March. I mean, there's two. I mean, to be fair, Manchester United shouldn't have wanted the null and void because you wouldn't have been Champions Leagues. I mean,
the null and void crew.
It was wasted now.
Yeah.
Already gone.
Well, yeah, already done now. 6 games.
Yeah.
And
thank you, Istanbul Başakşehir.
Yeah, good laugh. Good set of lads, aren't they?
Yeah, cracking. Demba Ba. Can't get him out of my memory.
Did he score a goal at Anfield once, didn't he, Demba Ba?
Yeah, I don't know what was that. Can you just talk us through it?
Yeah.
Obviously
No idea, lads. We're talking about the impact of football of COVID.
Yeah.
So we'll just stick on topic. It's really important.
Yeah, COVID was obviously, came from China, if you're not aware, the Wuhan flu, as they're calling it, or our mate Donald overseas.
The China virus.
Yeah, the Chinese virus. But yeah, COVID, I mean, there's going to, obviously, the legacy of COVID is going to go on forever, but actually I think football was one of the first sports to get back, and I don't think the clubs in the Premier League get enough credit to get everything in place, get all the club doctors, the people behind the scenes, to get football back on so quickly was amazing, really. If you think about it now, how much we know about it now versus what we knew about it then, and within 6 weeks, football's back on, and it gave the nation a lift. Whether or not you want to see it, like I personally was like, right, well, it feels like back to normalcy when football's back on the telly, something different to watch.
Something to watch.
Football is great because it's a sport for everyone.
It's a nation's sport, isn't it, at the end of the day, and it goes underrated. I mean, you can go around any park in the country and see people kicking a ball around, people watching it in every pub. It brings people together, and there's an underrated aspect on society that football plays that people don't really give it credit for.
No.
Footballers get a lot of hate. I mean, for me, I don't agree with it. I had a lot of issues early in the year when the whole Marcus Marcus, Mason Greenwood stuff came around and
Yeah.
all his messing around and stuff, and people
Bad do that. wasn't it?
people went for him though, and they made out that he'd like raped someone and stuff, and it was awful. And footballers get a bad rap, and they get a lot of attention because obviously they earn a lot of money, and that's nothing to do with them. That's to do with us, the people that like to spend it on them.
Yeah, like you, $12.99 on Amazon.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I've
coming.
seen you coming. You won't spend any money on a first date, but you'll pay $12.99 for football. Edit that one out, Harry. But yeah, no. So the impact on and I just thought footballers got a bad rap. If you remember at the start of the sort of the way that Hancock came out and stuff, and a lot of people were saying you need to take pay cuts and all this crap. Football clubs weren't allowed to take furlough, even though they were hemorrhaging money. And it was like football was sort of the villain in this part. And to be fair,
the government needed someone to blame, didn't they?
They did, and then but the government were more than happy straight away to turn around and be like, get football back. And I thought, George, that football was needed, and they came back and they did it right, and they've shown that it can be done, and hopefully it's not going to go away.
No, I agree with you. I think sport in general doesn't get enough credit for the impact it has on society, and for once the Premier League probably have to be applauded. And again, the greatest compliment you give them is that I think they've done all right. So no, mate, I think football was huge, and it's made the lockdowns definitely go a lot easier, even if I'm a Man United fan. So
no, yeah, and I don't know if you sort of saw that Bielsa ever the just a few technical problems there.
There we go.
Turn him up, lad. Turn you down.
Turn you on.
Yeah.
Or off.
Steady. Family show this, by the way, folks.
Bit of blue, lads.
Yeah, bit of blue for dads, bit of blue. No, but Bielsa actually had his medical team in January buy a COVID PCR testing machine. So Leeds, this is where the controversy stems with Leeds.
Are we on about Leeds again?
No, it's
Tell
COVID.
you what, we've done well to make this a Leeds night
mate,
already.
We went 5 minutes, didn't we, George?
Well,
round of applause for Harvey to
Mate,
ignore Leeds for 5 minutes.
I'm just putting it out there. Leeds were the first club back training in the Championship because Bielsa.
Because you had a title to go and win.
Exactly.
You only won it because of COVID, didn't
Yeah,
you?
that's it. Where's Karen when you need her?
Karen, whatever.
It is ironic.
Karen
our name is
Carney.
Karen, whatever her
Every
name
week,
is. Well,
Yeah.
she's a Karen.
Yeah, Karen by name, Karen by nature,
Absolutely.
and fucking clueless. Anyway, no, so like
She
obviously,
wouldn't even get in your five-a-side team.
fucking hell, mate. If she's in my father-side team, we're struggling because we've got you at the back as well. So fuck, mate. No, but yeah, I mean,
Dynamic.
It's just interesting.
Harvey
how-
in net, mate. You
Mate.
can't get through us.
I was going to say.
Fucking
Don't
some
lose
back
many
four
games
is
with
that.
you two at the
Nah,
back.
clean sheet and a 13-0 win, what it has. Like, I thought Van Dijk was playing at the back for a minute, and then I
Yeah.
realised he still had 2 working knees. So, no, yeah. So anyway, right. Well, let me finish my point. Basically, COVID tested clubs, and the clubs with money and the clubs with foresight and good organisations were the ones ready. And then you had clubs like Newcastle that were floundering around, saying they hadn't had any training to do. But then all of a sudden, all the top 4 clubs were ready to go. And it just shows that if you have good management in place, if you have good training facilities in place, when life throws a curveball like that, these big clubs, it was business as normal within 6 weeks. I mean, it's amazing, really.
Yeah, and I think the way that the testing was done, sort of, they rolled it out, and I think we all learnt a lot at the start of I mean, we all look back to March and April and the way that we were, everyone sort of shit themselves and went, we can't leave the house, and now obviously it's sort of the same sort of situation, and we're all cracking on, and it's a bit more normal.
Just as it's going
Well,
crazy.
I was going to say, probably not after this episode,
Yeah.
really. I think.
Well, yeah, we are recording this before everything's gone into lockdown again. For lockdown 3.0.
They're never ending lockdowns, really, innit?
No, they're not.
Anyway, let's put some more positive news.
Yeah, exactly. What a year.
Yeah.
The best side in the world. It's not Liverpool. The best side in the world, Bayern Munich. I want to give them a
Bayern
mention because
Munchen.
Bayern Munchen. We don't really give football outside of the UK a mention on this
Well,
podcast.
you don't, because you just talk about Liverpool all the time, but I do, obviously.
The irony. The irony.
Spot of fish in
I
there.
think if you listen to the last podcast, we spent 10 minutes talking about Leeds United. And
It was fucking magic.
I tried to talk him away from it, and then we went back to beating West Brom 5-0, who were terrible. They got a good result, one good result, all right? Bayern Munich's dominance. I mean, I did a bit of research on them. Played 48, won 42, drawn 5, lost 1 in 2020.
Absolute machine.
What side? I'm going to say this, and you'll be shocked. I mean,
Bloody
I've
hell.
got a massive issue with the...
You have got lots of issues, yeah.
I have. Don't tell everyone. I have got a massive issue with Marcelo Bielsa coming third in
I
the
know.
thing. I know you would.
I do.
I know you do.
I do.
But do you know what my biggest issue is? It's
What?
not that Marcelo Bielsa came third.
Hansi
It's that
Flick.
Hansi Flick didn't win.
Yeah.
And Jurgen Klopp won. And I love Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
I would kiss his feet and a lot of other places, probably. Who knows?
God, they're not your feet.
He's not Eddie.
One of his dodgy compilations
Yeah.
again, George.
Yeah,
Seeing
but
as his toes. Oh.
yeah, they are. They're very nice. They're very big.
He's the only bloke on OnlyFans that gets paid to put them away, mate.
Only fans. You got that?
Hey,
You got a few subscriptions.
anyway,
Anyway,
Harv's tips, mate.
you know,
Pay enough, they can see the
people
real deal.
aren't paying for your tips. They're asking you for refunds. No, so Bayern Munich, Hansi Flick didn't win it. I thought that was a joke. I love Jurgen Klopp, but they went and won. They went and won the Bundesliga. They won the Champions League. They won the UEFA Super Cup. They won the German Super Cup. I mean, they won the German
Until they
FA
got beat
Cup,
by
whatever it's
Dortmund,
called.
and they lost a game from the 14th of
I
December.
don't think it was Dortmund that they lost to.
I'm gonna just quickly.
I don't know. It might have been, but
They
I
lost.
thought
They
it
have
was.
lost a game, but I don't think it was
I thought
Dortmund.
they got beat 2-0, but could be
No.
wrong.
No, they came back and it was a right game against Dortmund. I remember, but anyway, it was a cracking game. They have lost one game, or they've lost one game all year in 2020. I mean, that's a near invincible year. It's phenomenal what they've achieved. I mean, and my highlight of a game this year, I'm sure Harvey's is probably Aston Villa winning 7-2, but 8-2 is much more embarrassing. Was Bayern Munich against Barcelona in a quarter-final of a Champions League. Absolutely. A Barcelona side which Lionel Messi's in. I mean, Coutinho obviously had gone across the side of the...
That Barcelona side, they were a far cry from where they were.
They were, mate, but it's still Barcelona. It's still Lionel Messi, and there's still a lot of players in there who are good, and they took them to the absolute cleaners.
No,
8-2. It was just the most phenomenal performance. One of the, remember Germany when Germany beat Brazil 6-1?
Yeah.
That was in the World Cup, or 7-1. That was incredible to see when on a big stage, and to watch Bayern Munich take a side like that. I mean, you look at some of their players.
Mate, that whole Champions League. I was looking into them today as well, and that Champions League was one of the biggest kind of one-sided things. And they won all 6 group games. They murdered Barcelona, murdered Chelsea, smashed Lyon in the semi-final, and then did a job on PSG in the final, and didn't lose a game throughout the whole thing. And to me,
unbeaten throughout the whole
best team in the world by some distance.
Yeah, I agree. Liverpool are phenomenal. They did lose last year. They went to back-to-back Champions League finals, and I think Man City are favourites for the Champions League. Some madness. This Bayern Munich side are one of the best sides I've ever seen. I mean, you look at Serge Gnabry. What on earth has happened?
For West Brom, is he?
What on earth has happened to him? Big Sam wouldn't mind him right now, would he? He'd do a job with him. He'd go all right. But they're a phenomenal side, and you've got to say it's actually annoyed me, and I don't even give a shit really. But Lewandowski to not get a Ballon d'Or this year is an absolute disgrace. Football hasn't stopped. The only changes this year, the Euros didn't happen. They're happening next year. Nothing's changed. It's just been delayed. And the only thing was probably a couple of second leg games in the Champions League.
Yeah.
That was it. They became one-legged. So there's 2 games that Lewandowski couldn't have played this year versus all the others. He was head and shoulders. I haven't got the stats. He was head and shoulders, banging goals.
55, 54 goals last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Loads of assists as well.
Just phenomenal. And not carried them. They had a brilliant team. A lot of them played well. And I think Leroy Sané is a great addition this year. But he took them to Champions League. They won it. I mean, they haven't won that many Champions Leagues over the last few years. And yeah, it was incredible. I mean, you look at what Pep Guardiola did there. Hansi Flick came in and made him look like an absolute laughingstock, didn't he? Took him to pieces. It was really impressive. I remember watching Liverpool against. I went to the Bayern Munich game the year before, so I've been to more Liverpool games.
The second game.
Yeah, second game. There's only more than that.
Almost a season to call to you, mate.
More than that. But no, I went to the game where Liverpool played Bayern a year before, so it was the 19 season when we won it. 0-0, and we went away and won 3-0. But they didn't look like a side that I looked at that day and thought they're going to become the best side in the world. Whereas they've just been amazing, haven't they, Harv? You must have been impressed.
No, I like Bayern Munich. I think they actually did a really good bit of business getting Leroy Sané from Man City. And if you look at Serge Gnabry's form, I mean, what a player he is now. You look at the back, they've got obviously Neuer plays most games, and he's week in, week out one of the best sort of goalkeepers. He won the Golden Glove again, the FIFA sort of award.
Wasn't in the starting team though. That was Alisson.
Yeah, but he still won the best goalkeeper of the year. But he had a few injuries.
Alisson, isn't he, to be fair.
Well, I mean, he is. I mean,
No
he's a World Cup winner, and for me, the best goalkeeper, the first sweeper keeper of sort of the 2010 onwards generation of sort of modern goalkeepers. He was really at the forefront. But if you look at sort of Lewandowski's goals for Bayern Munich as a whole, he's been there since 2014. He's 202 games and 179 goals. I mean, that
Harvey Wikipedia Radcliffe.
Well, I mean, someone's got to do it, mate.
Read it without the screen, mate.
Yeah, let me just zoom in. And
he
actually scored 32 goals for Lech Poznan in 2000. And just as a team, I mean, it's the Bundesliga is interesting because it's typically it could have gone the way of La Liga, where it's a 2-team league, but actually the Bundesliga is probably the most competitive league other than the Premier League.
This is what I'm going to agree with.
I'm glad he caveated that.
Yeah,
I'm going to agree with you on this, right?
How?
Because
all three of us in agreement. Just end the pod now because we're all on the fence.
Because a lot of leagues, foreign leagues, we all give a lot of shit to. I mean, you look at the French league; it's absolutely terrible. I always say Mbappe is underachieving because he's doing naff all and he's playing in a French league.
And his best mates are Neymar, which can't be any good for your career long
Best
term.
mates? I thought Neymar's best mate's his sister. He's always injured then. Anyway.
Steady.
Steady. He's inbred. So
that's Harry's view, by the way, not mine. I think.
I don't think Neymar's watching, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
and if he is, we are doing well. So CBD's out the window. So I think the Bundesliga is a very competitive league. You look when it came back, Leipzig were there, and obviously Werner was still around. I know he didn't really play after COVID, but he obviously went to Chelsea. But you look at it, Dortmund have a great squad, and you went back, and when we came back from COVID, it was the first thing that came back. So I think we all got into it for a bit in terms of it was the first thing we could all watch, and it gave us a bit of excitement. And I remember that you picked your team who were going to win it, and I think Dortmund might have been top. It was very close anyway when it came back, and it was sort of between Leipzig and Dortmund, and there was still where was Havertz
Leverkusen.
Bayer
Leverkusen. They were up and around, so it wasn't like it was sort of a bit like the Premier League this year, where it's very competitive and any side could win it. And Liverpool in a similar position that Bayern were. They were at the top, I think, but they weren't coasting it, and it was anyone's game. And they sort of turned the switch.
Just breezed it in the end.
They turned the switch, didn't they? At the start of the year, I looked at the results. Back in 2019, they had a poor patch. Flick came in, and then they turned it on its head, and they were absolutely impressive.
Yeah, as I said, 14th
you must say,
December, didn't lose a game.
Was that what it was?
That's what it was, yeah. 14th December.
Good job. Someone does the stats.
I know, good
You don't
to
see
see.
them on Wikipedia.
Yeah. He's written them down off Wikipedia. Don't count really, does it?
No, so yes, Dortmund well played to Bayern. Sorry,
Yeah.
hopefully Dortmund can do it this year. Bellingham and Sancho, but
Bayer Leverkusen's a big winner as well, with 70 million quid plus add-ons
yeah.
for Havertz. And
they are
laughing all the way to the bank.
and they're currently
Yeah.
second.
Do you reckon Roman's got a receipt?
Well, I don't think he deals with receipts somehow.
No.
If you look at his track record, allegedly, there's not a lot of paper trail going on. He suddenly turned up one day in the middle of Russia, and he's one of the richest men in the world.
Oh yeah, just fell on the oil. Right then, I think we'll move on from that one.
Allegedly.
I don't know. I think one more thing was Harrogate Town to give them a little
No.
Oh, we're going in order.
We're going in order.
Haz has actually written notes
Has
for this show. It's usually just off the cuff, but you can tell he's trying.
Yeah.
He wants to be
End
a
of year
YouTube
review.
star.
I do want to
Putting a bit of effort in.
You said on the first podcast that I've got face for radio, so I'm just trying to do my bit.
Yeah, well, it's nice. It's nice to see.
You see the halo ring?
Yeah.
You see it?
It's making me look good. I don't
It
like
is.
you, mate.
Wow.
I
You could have had a shave for this one.
Nah, I've got a ginger beard going at the minute. I'm gonna.
A ginger beard.
Yeah, it's gone all ginger, mate.
Is that what she likes? The new
Hey?
missus.
No, what are you on about?
So
Well,
if she's not listening.
She won't be listening. That's
Yeah,
fine.
trust me.
She doesn't exist.
Oh.
Anyway, right, I'm going to talk about your favourite subject, Harv.
What's that? Food?
Yeah, no, it's not Chinese.
CBD?
It's not Chinese takeaways. It is Leeds United, LUFC, that club that Chris Moore supports. He's
Well, he's about as good a supporter as you are, mate. He turns up once in a while.
I used to sit next to him, I think.
Did you?
Yeah,
Fucking hell, I had a big row of that, wasn't it? Was that pre-op?
Fuck, you weren't on there. Right then, go on then. I'll let you go away. For me, I'm just going to mention. Well played, fair play. Came up in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They're a great addition for the Premier League. We all love to see Leeds in Premier League. There's no doubt, as if you're a United fan, a Liverpool fan, getting Leeds to come to you at the first game of the year is a lot better than having Norwich at the end of the day. It was a cracking game. They're playing great football, and they're such a big side, massive fan base, and fair play. I mean, I think you really enjoyed the celebrations, didn't you, when they went up?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, seeing us go up. Cursed. It was Emile Smith-Rowe actually scoring for Huddersfield in the. I mean, it was ironic. Our close West Yorkshire rivals won 2-1 against the run of play. West Brom needed to win to seal promotion, and they bottled it last minute. Emile Smith-Rowe 2-0 on a Friday night. What a bit of luck that is. But no, we deserved it. I mean, I can't say we deserve. Well, we should have gone up the first season under Bielsa, but obviously.
Frank was the man.
Fat Frank did a job on us, and then and then we went rebuild. The biggest bit of business that year was Bielsa re-signing another 1-year deal, which I think was, as soon as he stayed, you sort of knew you've definitely got a chance. But we just turned into a bit of a different animal the second season.
Out by COVID, though, weren't you?
Oh, I mean, we won. I mean, let me just get this point out there.
Asterix champions.
I'll take, mate. I'll take anything. I would have taken, points per game, all that carry on. But Bielsa, to be fair to him, said absolutely no. We want to play the remaining games. We want to do it properly. And actually coming out of lockdown, we went to Cardiff and got absolutely shithoused
I remember that.
by Neil Harris.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, friggin' hell, it's Leeds, we're cursed again.
And
then we went on an absolute, we then played, I think it was Fulham.
Everyone gave Brentford the form guide, didn't they? So Brentford are the best side in the league.
You'd have thought Brentford turned into Real Madrid them last 6 games.
And Leeds United's form was actually better, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Brentford were tipped to never lose a game for the next 10 years, the way they were going on. And then Leeds absolutely battered everyone in front of us and won it at a canter. Won the league by 10 points, which actually I think doesn't get enough credit in my eyes, because winning the championship by 10 points is a fair achievement.
No, it is. But obviously there is that big asterisk, isn't there, George? That massive star that says you wouldn't have got promoted without it.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, Karen. You've been a right laugh. I mean, she probably regrets saying what she said last night.
She probably doesn't. She probably stands by it. She's a strong, independent woman who believes in what she believes in.
Well,
mate.
if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Well, we're talking about women. You don't need, just because she's a woman doesn't mean she's in a kitchen. Nah. Come on. This is a PC family show, Harv.
Mate,
you can't be saying things like that about women in kitchens.
I'll rephrase that. No, I won't actually. 'Cause it's just saying. But no, I mean, Paul Merson, the same thing. He gets stick.
Well, he wasn't in the kitchen.
Paul Merson, if you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. No, but I mean. What an achievement, mate.
So what did you do when you won it, Harv? Let me know.
Just got pissed up, went to town, wore a scarf around my head, went to Banyan. Yeah, have you not seen?
I mean,
we'll tweet out a picture. I'll find it.
So it took you 16 years to get promoted, and you didn't even bother to go down to Ellen Road. I mean, you see those amazing.
I'm a rule-abiding citizen.
Oh yeah, I mean that wasn't the case when you invited everyone around to your house the week after. It was. I mean, I was disappointed, to be honest with you. I thought Leeds United fan, season ticket holder, 16 years, and you couldn't even be asked. You couldn't even be asked to go around to Millennium Square to celebrate with the boys. I mean, you watch those scenes when Ben White and Calvin Phillips are there.
Yeah, look for those watching. There's me on my way to town.
Text me and I'll put it on the chat.
Yeah.
You couldn't even be asked to go down to Ellen Road to see it. I mean, to me, it showed you that you're not a proper fan.
I went to every game. Season ticket holder for the last
post-COVID.
Pre-COVID. Well, actually, I know a few movers and shakers at Ellen Road these days.
You've got to give Harv credit here, because Has looked very good at Anfield, didn't he, when Liverpool won the league?
Yeah, I mean, hold on a minute. You've never, you couldn't find Anfield. Never mind.
I was in SW12, mate. It's a long way away.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I've been a long-suffering season ticket holder, and
long-suffering. You never went down when they were in League One.
Yeah, are you joking?
You never went.
Home and away, mate. Southend away, Boxing Day League 1, lost 1-0, and then got attacked by West Ham fans as we're coming out the ground, because Southend's quite close to the Essex region. So that was, I mean, I've been there, mate, thick and thin. Well, less of thin, but more thick. Definitely.
Just thick.
Very thick. Wintered well.
And that isn't with 2 C's.
Wintered well. But no, I mean, I've been rewarded for my loyalty, because whenever football comes back, I've got a season ticket that's probably the cheapest in the Premier League, which is great to see, really.
You tight bastard. Right, yeah. I've had enough of Leeds.
Well, I mean, that's the truth. You get rewarded for loyalty, mate. You should learn. You should learn, mate. Maybe when Liverpool get another 90,000 seats, you might get a chance of getting a ticket.
Yeah, maybe I'll buy my ticket.
Yeah.
I'll enjoy my football. I won't go to Old Trafford and get abused, but like you lot did. But no, fair play, good side.
I mean, careful what you're saying there about going to Old Trafford and getting abused. I mean, it's all happened up at Celtic and all that. You might want to just you might want to caveat what you're saying about football clubs and abusing. I
don't think anyone's going to touch Harry though, are they?
He'd be lucky, mate.
The irony. Right, we'll move on from a side that's close to us to a side that's very close to us. I mean, we're all Harrogate born and bred. Harrogate Town got promoted up the town.
Yeah,
proud to be Town.
Ben Sadler.
Ben Sadler was our first guest on the pod. So thank you, Ben. Let me just move my mic. Yeah. Sorry. Harrogate Town got promoted. I mean, they reached the EFL for the first time. Shout out to Ian Bullock, all of our friend, who's the groundsman there.
Head on upside down.
He said that, not me. Harrogate Town got promoted. I mean, the Weaver family have done well. Irving and Simon. Cracking achievement for the town, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got underrated, I think. I mean, they were at Wembley. It was a shame we couldn't all get down there. I think I'd sorted a box out for the boys. Would have done. Thank you, Charles. It would have been a good laugh, but no, they've got the EFL for the first time. It's great to see. I mean, you look at it and you think
battered Notts County, didn't they?
Battered them in the final. It was actually an incredible performance. They were head and shoulders above.
Some effort in a final is absolutely batter.
It was absolutely great, and it's good to see they've done it without sort of the clout like Gary Neville and his.
Well, I mean, they're not short of a few quid at Harrogate Town. Let's be honest. Put it in a bit of perspective. They spent money. They spent money wisely.
All right, let's not bring them down.
No, I'm just we've got to put a bit of balance on there. I mean, they didn't do it on a shoestring budget. Put it that way. I mean, they got the 3G in, which was a bit of genius.
You don't say this about Leeds United.
Well, we're talking about Harrogate Town.
I
Mate.
know, but when you don't
hold
talk
on.
about the budget.
Hold on, let me finish. So for the Harrogate, for 2 years, we're competing with the class of '92. Now Salford did it back to back. So Harrogate and Salford both went up from the National League North at the same time. Then they did it again, and Fylde went up with them, and then Salford went up the year before, and then now Harrogate chased them. But there's only 2 teams that went up, and then it changed to where there was 6 playoff places. So the first team went up, and mate, I'm getting the calculator out. So basically, they had to do it the longer way around. They had to play more games of Salford to go up.
If anyone could follow that, could they let me know as well?
Yeah,
Harrogate Town got promoted to the EFL,
Yeah.
guys. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
But-
They did it the year after Salford.
yeah, and that's it's an incredible achievement for.
No, you're right, mate. It is
They
incredible.
have
Great for the region. isn't it?
6. I was there last night, but
New stand looks good. You were
Yeah.
there last night. It got cancelled. But obviously,
Yeah.
when this goes out, it could have been about 3 weeks ago. So,
Yeah.
so we won't be talking
yeah,
in the
no,
current.
but I mean, great setup,
They're
great.
staying up though, innit? You
Yeah.
look at it, and I think they're about 10 clear or something.
Yeah,
they're going to
this-
stay up. Only
this-
2 go
yeah.
down. It's a great achievement. They need to consolidate, and hopefully in 3, 4, 5 years.
Well,
time,
they're in the
can look
same
to go
league
up.
as Bradford City, mate. It's mental, like absolutely
And I
mental.
think they've got aspirations as well. I mean,
Yeah.
to go up. I don't think that's.
I don't think they want to go up straight away. Let's be
No.
honest. They don't want to
No,
go.
I mean that's the
too
thing. I
quickly.
watched that Salford doc. It was on Sky, and Salford's aim was to go up in the first season. I just thought that's the disgrace because you're not doing it the proper way. There, they've got the biggest budget in the league. You're chucking money at it in your first year, and it's like it's not on that. It's not a
No.
way to build a club. It's not a way to build a fan base. You're
Yeah.
being League One with Sunderland and Portsmouth, and it's like
Yeah.
you've got about 3 inbred people in Salford, and it's,
Fucking hell.
it's
Well, Ryan Giggs has probably got a few quids knocking about, hasn't he?
quids or kids,
Well, both.
yeah,
Allegedly.
with family. Right, so I think we've
And
took-
friends.
moving on.
Oh.
Best player in 2020 in the world.
Can
We've got a few awards now.
got some notes knocking about
We've
here.
got some notes. I mean, this. What are you doing? What are you
Me?
bringing to the table?
Bringing my great intelligence, mate.
Okay. Best player in the league then, Premier League, 2020,
If we go full season, Van Dijk. If we go
2020, just the whole year.
Van Dijk.
Harry Kane.
Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, hello.
See, if we've gone from January, I'd say Fernandes.
We are going from January. It's 2020.
No, but the Premier League season starts before.
No, we're
January.
just going
All right,
2020, the year.
Fernandes.
The whole footballing year.
Fernandes.
Mate, Harry Kane, 100%. He's England captain.
That's got no relevance.
That's in your eyes, in my eyes.
It's got no relevance.
It's a great way to view
Yeah,
things, isn't it?
cheers,
If you don't
mate.
agree with it.
Who's
Yeah.
who's
No
the-
relevance,
relevance
no.
whatsoever.
Captain of
Rubbish.
England.
Absolute
Bruno
rubbish, mate.
Fernandes made a massive difference when he came in. Absolute quality. I thought different level. Could have gone with Jordan Henderson. I think.
Oh, climb out.
Could have gone with Jordan Henderson.
Absolutely
but I chose not to.
He just says a lot, doesn't he, on the
Van
pitch?
Dijk-
It makes him a great
Van
player.
Dijk hasn't really had a great year, to be honest with you. And
From the same footballing school as Adam Johnson.
are you going to talk into the microphone, or are we going to?
What? Yeah, Henderson's good. Yeah, great player.
It is a great player, but no, Bruno Fernandes for me. I think he's absolute gravy, mustard, all those things. Quality player in the Premier League, young player. Have you got any thoughts?
Oh, I'll tell you what, young player. I wasn't expecting that.
Ah. Like throw a few curveballs.
God, who would I go with?
I'm
Tough one. I'm not going to lie, mate. Half.
I'm gonna bowl some piss here. Calvin Phillips, the future star.
He's played about
of
16
England-
games.
and he's got an England call up.
He's
whilst
also not
playing in the
young. He's about
Championship.
25.
young,
I think-
young enough, mate.
He's young enough.
Go on. Yeah, I'd say. Do you know what? I think for goals last year, Mason Greenwood at 18.
Yeah.
To come into the league and
Close.
come into play and score
Close.
20 goals in a season.
You see,
18.
I'm not doing the Premier League's version of 24 years old because I think that's a load of shite.
No,
It's
Jesse
ridiculous.
Lingard's so young.
Yeah, and he's out of contract in the summer.
Yeah,
For me, Trent Alexander-Arnold was a thought, but I'm going to go for someone that's outside the box, and I'm going to go with the best young player that I think in England, and it's Saka.
Yeah.
I think he is quality. I think every time I watch him play, I think he's got a bit about him.
He's carrying
I'm not
Arsenal,
saying
isn't
I'm
he?
not. Yeah, he's carrying Arsenal a bit. I don't think I'm not saying he's the done deal, or he is absolutely. He's one of the best players in the league at the moment. I just think as a proper young player, I'm talking about your Greenwoods, your Fodens, your Curtis Jones, your Sakas. Like Trent for me, he's just a bit too experienced to sort of put him in that category now. I think you look at those lads, and I think is it Bakary? What's his name?
Who?
I can't remember his first name.
Who are you on about?
Saka. Anyway, Saka. Saka's the best young player of the year in my eyes. We'll move on. World Player of the Year.
Bakayoko.
Bakayoko, that's it. I was going to say Bakary Sagna.
Bakayoko Saka, mate.
World Player of the Year, for me, I don't think there's any debate between us.
No.
We all going Lewandowski.
Yeah.
By
a mile for
By
me.
a mile.
Yeah, definitely. We'll move on. Ones to watch for next year, I've written down. I've put Saka in there.
Yeah.
I think he'll be up and
Tell you what,
coming.
wish this had been on the agenda.
Yeah.
Call left, right, and centre, aren't we?
Yeah. Saka. I think Saka will be on there.
Ones to watch.
I think Curtis Jones is up there.
Yeah.
I think Curtis Jones looks a player, doesn't he?
I think this is weird. Because he's not one to watch. He's not up and coming. I think Jack Grealish will get a big signing in summer. I think he'll go to a massive club.
I think I can stay at Villa personally. I can't see him moving. But anyway, we'll debate that another day because I mean it's a good point. But for me, one to watch again, 20 years old, 5 clean sheets now in the Premier League.
Oh my God, it's going to be Meslier.
I'm out.
Mate, Ilhan Meslier, the Iceman, the French Spider-Man.
Did you watch him against Man United?
Mate,
He's better than the racist, isn't he?
well, I think I'm better than Kiko, to be honest, mate. And that's been me being modest.
You all thought you'd signed the next Iker Casillas when you signed him.
Mate, I mean, on paper it was a good signing.
But we've got someone from Real Madrid.
Actually, I'm not going to bore everyone. I'm just going to ignore you. But he did keep a lot of clean sheets until he had a racist incident, which I think they should have sacked him. But obviously we couldn't.
That's not what you said on the pod. But anyway. Favourite moment in football for the year? What was your favourite moment?
Lanzini's screamer.
Ooh, shout. That was a goal.
That had me doing laps of the living room.
That was a fucking
absolute
banger on it. That was a banger.
Finish.
You, Harv? And don't just say Leeds going up because we know that.
Pickford's challenge on Van Dijk.
Lister was crying.
I don't know. I like favourite moment from this season. I've got to say Haller's overhead kick the other night.
It's a good goal.
Didn't get enough attention.
Nah, I didn't at all.
West Ham here. A lot of West Ham.
Yeah, but
Scream.
if you've not seen it, I mean the technique and the power he got in that is a joke because he's a big lad as well. To get his body there at that,
Get him off the ground.
yeah, to get off.
Anything else around the table of getting off the
No,
ground?
mate. I mean, it was absolutely unreal. Like the 2 keepers in saving that, and I don't think he got enough credit really.
Do you know what mine is? And it's a rogue one because I'm not from where Alan Brazil. We got a book on it. One of my favourite moments was Scotland getting into the Euros. To be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
Fucking hell.
Christ. Wow.
I've got.
You could have
obviously,
given me a month and I'd never have guessed
I've got
Fucking hell.
I've got Andy Robertson. He's close
here
to
we
my
go.
heart.
I'm out
And I know, but
again.
we all get to witness Robbo versus Trent in the Euros, which will be a good laugh because I don't know if you've seen the Wigmen thing on Instagram. That'll be good to see. I think
No,
England
Only a
versus
good laugh for Liverpool fans.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Quite literally no one else in the country.
Drive
cares.
watch fucking paint dry, mate.
Yeah.
everyone. Well, you won't because everyone. That is going to be that. No, but the atmosphere for that game, this country is going to be mega.
Yeah, hopefully the fans are in for that.
England,
If
yeah,
they're
but
not, it'll just be.
Yeah.
England,
It'll just be
Scotland.
another game behind closed doors.
Yeah, but we'll all be getting it. It'll be summer and no one will give a shit again. It'll be absolutely class because 2 biggest rivals in terms of our the sort of home nations. I think we're by far the biggest rivals. 2 of the oldest sort of historical clubs or countries. I think it'll be a cracking game. We're both in the same group. Scotland get through. Haven't been there for ages. I'm really looking forward to that. And obviously Liverpool.
When was the last time
title.
Scotland were in it? Was it in
Oh, it
our
was like
lifetime? or
8.
not?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
No, I think it was 96, wasn't it?
yeah.
England. We played him in the 96 group stages. Remember Shearer scored a good goal, I think. Or it might have been 1-1. Can't remember.
Well, I was born in '96, so I can't.
Yeah, so
can't
was
really
I.
remember
George
that, mate.
95, so you should remember, George.
Yeah,
Should know,
mate.
but
Where's your knowledge
I
there,
don't.
pal? No, but Scotland. I mean, you look at the Scottish game. Actually,
Big shout out to KP. He wanted me to mention this, so
Yeah.
I've got it in there.
you got a bit of stick on YouTube, didn't you?
He
And you
did,
didn't mention
yeah.
it the first time, right?
He
so
did.
that-
He didn't.
There
like
you
it.
are, mate. All the best. But no,
I think I'll be watching it with him at the Isle of Wight, hopefully. So
Hey, oh.
he'll be giving. I'll be
fucking
giving-
hell.
Subtle drop there. isn't
Brit-
it?
yeah. Ooh,
Subtle.
Isle of Wight. No, if you look at Scottish football as a whole, you look at Rangers. They're 20 points clear.
Stevie G.
20 points clear of Glasgow Celtic. The Hibs are having a good season, so shout out to Hibs. They're
Next
my,
Leeds manager potentially.
Yeah, put a corner to Has, but I can't see it personally.
That is on my next thing.
Yeah.
Predictions. Steven Gerrard, Leeds manager in 2021.
Is it? Right, well,
Won't go far wrong.
You're going to look at the odds?
yeah, I'm actually.
He's not on there.
Is he not?
No, couldn't find it earlier. But
Why
I
don't you
saw
do a
Henri was
request about-
33. I'm going to do a request about Paddy Power and try and get it.
Oh, why
Might
on
chuck
earth Henry
20
would
quid
go
on
there?
that.
Why on earth you'd have Henry?
Yeah. Well, anyway, you've drowned out my point, but Hibs are playing well, and it's good to have 2 or 3 strong teams in that Scottish league. That's not Celtic.
Rangers are pissing.
So yeah, shout out to Hibs.
Bayern Munich 8-2. I thought that for just football was a cracking
Yeah.
sort of a moment. It was a real big. I think anyone who didn't even like football sort of knew it. Right, 2021 predictions. We've done a bit of. Let's go with the Euros. I just want to have a chat about the Euros. I mean, I don't want to. We're going to do a special. in the new year about sort of our squad and sort of who we're going to pick. I think it's quite difficult this far out because there's a lot of things that can still change. I do see England with the shout, right? I do think we have a shout with the favourites, with the bookies. So which I think is mental because you look at it, we have a great squad, but we have a fairly average manager. Sorry, you just got back Southgate now. I think the way he's been playing, Harrogate, Beckershaw, third team extraordinaire with Harvey Radcliffe. But my shout for the Euros. Actually, I'm going to ask you guys first. What do you shout for the Euros?
I've gone I've gone with France. I think it's got too much quality.
This is called No Splinters, and I don't think George has got the point. So he's gone with the favourites alongside England.
They're not favourites. I've just got the sports book out here. France.
Right, he's gone with the side who should be favourites.
So Belgium, England.
They're all joint favourites, you silly fuck.
There's three favourites. So,
so they are favourites.
No one has a clue.
Basically, the bookies can't split it. I'm going to go for a rogue shout here.
Who are you saying?
I'm going to go with my mate's Ukraine.
Right, okay, that is right.
Ukraine at 66-1.
Okay,
Get on it, boys.
Just talk me through.
Okay, so
talk me through Ukraine.
This is why Harv's tips isn't getting as much views as you want because he's not going to
the
fucking
bookies
win.
are really endorsing him.
Mate, Ukraine, they're an up-and-coming nation.
Name me their best player.
What's his name?
Andrei Shevchenko.
He's the gaffer. He's the
he?
gaffer, yeah. He's the gaffer. Shevchenko's the gaffer. They've got Zinchenko.
They've got the Klitschko brothers up front.
No, they're a good set of lads. They're good value. They play in blue and yellow, which is always a sign of a good team. And Shevchenko's the man.
Right. When you said an outside shout, I didn't think you were going for that far.
I thought you might have gone with Croatia or something.
Nah.
Yeah, you see, so what I've gone with.
I'm not a fan of Croatia.
If you just look at the bookies odds, the seventh favourite for the Euros is this side called Portugal. And they won the last Euros. They won the Nations League in 2019. And I just look at them and I can't really see how they're stronger odds than us. I mean, I look at their side, right? Ronaldo, Jota, João Felix, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz, the lads, the Wolves squad. Wolves. And I look at the thing and I think they've got I think they've got one of the best starting sides in Europe. In terms of their squad depth might not be as strong, but I look at their side and you've got Ronaldo, you've got Bruno Fernandes, you've got João Felix. I mean, if Jota comes back into the form he's been in, and he was in for Portugal, I think he got a hat-trick or something before he got injured. I mean, they've got an absolute side. They're seventh favourites. England are at 5s and Portugal are at 14s. And I think for me, Portugal, the value on Portugal there is phenomenal. They've won it before. They've won a Nations League. They know how to win. And I'm going for Portugal. I think watch out for them. I think Bruno Fernandes will turn it up. I've got 14s on Paddy Power, I think it was. Yeah. I mean, you got to shop around for these things. You should know that.
I'm a loyal man on Bet.
As I said, my predictions: Liverpool, England. Where do we reckon for England then, lads? Where are we going?
I'm going to go semis.
It's got to be bare minimum semis, surely.
Is that about you at 9 o'clock in the evening? Bare minimum of semi.
Well,
you'd be lucky.
I was just going to say, less said the better, really, mate.
England. I'm going final. I think we'll lose it to Portugal. I honestly think it's a failure not to get past the semis.
No, I agree.
Because we're at home, right? We're at home for the vast majority. We've got a last 16 and quarter-final away. If we're in a semi-final and we don't win it at home, I don't care who we're playing.
You never get a better chance to win it.
I agree. I don't care who we're playing. I don't think we've got the depth to win it, and I don't think we've got the experience. But I think it's a failure. If we don't get semi-finals, it's a travesty. As in, I look at our group. We should piss our group. You go into the last 16. I can't remember who we play, but we should play Spain in the quarter-finals in Dublin, I think, or Rome. We play the last 16 in Dublin and the quarter-final in Rome, either or. And for me, I mean, if I'm not working, who knows? But I'd love to be in Dublin to watch England in a quarter-final.
For your sake, you're working, because that means everything's back to normal. But
yeah.
I can't see it.
If he's not working, I don't think he's going out there.
Or I've got to keep speaking to you. But no, I think then if we were to get through to a semi, I think we should be winning it at home, no matter who we play. And I think whether it's France, Belgium, whoever. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll get to a final, but I am optimistic. England, Scotland will be in good. Right, Premier League winner prediction.
No splinters again. Liverpool.
I've just spotted some free money on Bet365.
I got Calvin Phillips at 3-1 about 3, 4, 5 months ago to be in the squad,
and he's now evens on.
That should be 2-1 on minimum.
Mate, I don't know how he's evens, but that is free.
Yeah, but I got 3-1. I think I put 40 quid on.
Good bet, that, mate.
It is a good bet. I put Ben White as well. He was 20-1, I think, and I only put a tenner.
He's only going out
He's
further now, isn't he?
He's
92. I think I got him at 20s, mate.
Yeah, you've done all right. But
but he's never going.
I mean, Tammy Abraham at 11-8 is a good price as well.
Tammy Abraham's never going. Terrible footballer.
Ings at even's a good price as well.
We're injured at the moment, isn't he? So Liverpool Coastal League, I'm sure you'll agree, Harv.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm worried about United, but I think Europa League will stunt their growth. Champions League, who's going to win it? No one's allowed to say Bayern Munich.
Well,
That goes the
alright.
question.
If it's not Bayern Munich, who's going to win it?
Well, I mean, I was going to say Juve until a few weeks ago. They're right out whack. They got beat 4-0 to Fiorentina.
Inter are odds on favourites.
AC Milan top of
Inter are favourites.
Serie A at the minute. But no, I don't know. If you're not allowed to say Bayern Munich, then I'm going to just shout Atletico Madrid out.
I was going to say, you're not allowed Bayern Munich who are the favourites, so I was going to go Man City second favourites.
I think Atletico Madrid.
I think Man City's prices are ridiculous. I don't see them having anywhere
no
near
value at 4-1.
no value.
I mean, Liverpool's
I
a
don't
value.
think PSG have got any value. I know they got to a final last year. They don't very good. For me, I'm going with that sixth side there, Harv.
This one here.
Yeah.
This one.
No.
That one.
Yep.
You having my eyes out? I had to just double. I thought I was failing at maths. He's picked Chelsea at 14-1.
I've picked Chelsea. My
Really?
outside,
my
outside pick for the Champions League. I think.
Jesus.
Just run me through that. Just for and probably
you
the rest
look
of the country.
Right, the sides that have won.
No one quite thinks
the sides in England that have won the Champions League. You look at it. Chelsea won it when they finished 6th or 7th. Liverpool won it when they finished 5th. Liverpool won it when they finished 2nd. I don't think you have to be the best side in your country to win the Champions League.
This is the same Chelsea who just got beat 3-0 by Arsenal.
Yeah, but Chelsea won the Champions League when they finished 7th.
I just can't see it, genuinely.
No, I can see why you can't see it. They've got a good enough side. They've got a lot of European experience in there. They've got the likes of Werner, Havertz, Ziyech,
Thiago Silva,
Thiago Silva. I just think they're made for a cup, and I think they're made for the Champions League. I can't remember who they've got in the. I think they've got Barcelona, haven't they? They've got Barca.
Yeah.
I think they've got Barca. I'm fairly certain. And Barcelona are there for the taking. You take a big side out, and it gives you a lot of confidence.
Long live Ronald Koeman.
Yeah, I think Ronald Koeman might not be there by the time they play.
Have you seen the chairman came out and said they should have sold Messi in some
They should have sold
Messi.
They should have sold Messi.
Said made no financial sense to keep him another year.
They should have sold Messi. But no, so that's what I think. So yeah, I'm going Chelsea. George, you went with?
I'm going to go with. I think Juve might do a job.
Ronaldo, and you went with, what did you say? Who did you say?
What for?
Champions League, mate. Fucking
So
hell, strong as a CBD.
No, I've been distracted because I've just seen Liverpool or evens to win
You're
the
not reading
Premier
the
League.
mic either.
Who did I say? Atletico Madrid at 16-1.
Atletico Madrid. Fair enough. All right. Player of the season in the Premier League, who's it going to end up being?
Purely because I think Liverpool win it, Mane.
No chance.
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes. Young player of the year? Also, if Liverpool win the league, it's Salah. He's on about 14 goals.
Yeah. Son's got a shot.
No way. This is a nonsense, but we'll do that another time. So wrong.
Young player of the year, I will go with Saka.
Yeah, I went Saka.
I'm going to go...
Calvin Phillips. Messier.
Yeah, but no. I think Saka maybe. Or...
Trent.
Nah, Fernan Torres might have a chance if he turns up.
No. Curtis Jones?
No, he not gonna get a game if you sign a centre back, is he?
Well,
No, I'm not a centre back, but he's not gonna get a game. I know he's not a centre back, but
dear. All right, the rest of the top four then. Liverpool have won the league. We've all said that. Manchester City probably. Do we all agree? Manchester United. Do we all agree? Who's the fourth?
Everton, as predicted at the start of the year, which was widely mocked and derived by
Can you speak into your microphone?
It was widely mocked and. Is that better?
Well, yeah, just wherever, just about here, but you don't. Just look into it.
Look into it, right? Hello. No, I would say that Everton top four surely has got a big chance now. Ancelotti's come to do a job there. He signed some great players, and Calvert-Lewin's in really good form.
I think Spurs.
I think Leicester.
I have to admit, Leicester don't get anywhere near enough credit for what they've done over the last few years. Everyone just takes them as a mid-table side, and they're not. They are definitely a top six
quality
side.
They're one top six side in the country for sure.
Consistently as well.
Definitely. Who's going down? I think Sheffield United. We've all agreed with Fulham. I agree with Fulham. Do you agree with Fulham?
Yeah.
And West Brom. I just don't think they've got the quality. No matter, even if they've got a manager who can keep them up. You look at that starting. You look 4-0 down.
Yeah, no, I agree. They've got the bottom three side.
Really struggling.
Who are you going?
I'm going Fulham, Sheffield United, and West Brom.
I think an outside bet might be Leeds United as well.
Well, if you want that price, the bookies are giving you 250 to 1 at the minute, mate. So
I wouldn't be taking that. I'm going Brighton.
Just got about enough to stay up, haven't you, Harv?
just a touch, mate.
Top 10, isn't it? I've got Brighton and Gerrard to be Leeds United manager. I think that's all it on football. Has anyone else got anything to say?
Thank God 2020's over.
Yeah.
That's all I'd say.
Let the fans
Liverpool
back in.
and Leeds winning the league doesn't get much better from anyone.
Yeah, cracking year.
So thanks for having me on the
Town
pod, Harry.
going up there. Up the town.
Up the town.
Up the town. Well done, Sadler. Thank you very much. Yeah, cracking. All right, I think we'll finish that one on football. Hope you enjoyed. If you haven't seen anything else, like and subscribe. Make sure you check out our boxing, cricket, rugby podcast if you're interested, or YouTube clips, I should say.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you very much. Speak to you soon.
All the best. God bless.